You've just convinced someone to lend you $150,000 for your first flip. They say yes. Now what? Most new investors freeze at this moment. They have no idea how to actually structure the deal. So they make something up, shake hands, and hope it works out. That's how friendships end and lawsuits start. Here's what actually happens in professional private lending. Three deal structures cover 90% of real transactions: straight interest, points plus interest, and equity participation. Pick the wrong one and you either overpay or lose the lender. Pick the right one and everyone wins. Let's start with straight interest because it's the cleanest. Your lender gives you $150,000 at 10% annual interest. You pay interest only each month, or you pay it all at closing. Then, you return the principal when you sell the property. That's it. The lender knows exactly what they're earning. No surprises, no complex math. On a 6-month flip, they make $7,500. On a 9-month project, they make $11,250. Simple, predictable, professional. This is the structure most experienced private lenders prefer because they've seen every other arrangement turn into a negotiation at the closing table. But here's the problem with straight interest on short projects. Let's say you find a slam dunk deal that only takes 3 months. You borrow that same $150,000 at 10%. The lender makes $3,750. They just tied up 6 figures for a quarter of the year to earn less than 3% total return. That's not compelling. That's when you add points. 2 points means the lender collects 2% of the loan amount upfront as an origination fee. On $150,000, that's $3,000 at funding. Now add the $3,150 in interest over 3 months. Total return, $6,750. That's 4.5% in 3 months, which annualizes to 18%. Now you've got their attention. Points compensate lenders for short duration risk. The money's only working for a few months, so the upfront fee makes the deal worthwhile. Most private lenders charge 1 to 3 points depending on the project timeline and your experience level. Then there's equity participation. This is where the lender shares in the actual profit instead of just collecting interest. You say, you fund the deal, I manage the project, we split the profit 50-50-50. This works in 2 situations. 1, you don't have a track record yet and the lender wants upside to justify the risk. 2, the deal has massive margins and a profit split makes more sense than paying 12% interest on a $250,000 loan. Let's say you buy a property for $180,000, put $70,000 into renovations, and sell for $350,000. After closing costs, that's about $75,000 in profit. Under a 50-50 equity split, you each make $3,750. The lender funded $250,000 and earned 15% in 6 months. You managed the project and earned $3,750 with none of your own capital. Both sides win. Here's what separates professional private lending from a handshake loan between friends, a promissory note and a deed of trust recorded against the property. The lender holds a lien. If you default, they can foreclose. That's not pessimistic, it's protection. And it's what makes sophisticated lenders comfortable writing 6-figure checks. Never use internet templates for these documents. Every state has specific requirements. Pay a real estate attorney $500 to draft your note and deed of trust correctly. That fee prevents a $50,000 problem. Before you pitch a lender, model all 3 structures. Run the numbers on straight interest, points plus interest, and equity participation. Show them the options. Let them choose based on their goals. Most pick straight interest. Some want the higher return of equity deals. The point is, you've done the work and you're presenting like a professional. Next lesson. We're building the system that makes lenders want to work with you again and again. The Lender Portal. This is how you turn one deal into 10.